Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Denise. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a quick and easy vegan nacho recipe that you can enjoy on a weeknight or game night or just any night really, or any day. It's one of my absolute favorites, and I hope you enjoy it. Alright, so we are actually going to start off by cutting about a fourth of an onion that I have here. And then I have a ton of mushrooms left, so I'm going to cut up some mushrooms. Pretty much I adopt this recipe and I kind of change it up depending on what I have in my refrigerator. So today it's going to be mushrooms and onions. Okay, so I'm gonna reserve just like a fourth of a cup of finely diced onions that's gonna go on top of the nachos. The rest of this is going to be part of the taco meat. So I'm gonna get that chopped up. Okay, so you can see this is what I'm gonna be using for the taco meat. So I'm gonna get that inside of this skillet. I'm actually not going to use any oil. I'm just going to use some water to cook that up. And then I'm going to chop up some mushrooms as well. And then I'm going to use some Gardein beefy crumbles. Okay, so I'm putting this inside of this skillet. And then you're just going to put this on medium and then let it cook for a little bit, and then kind of toss it around with a spatula just to make sure that it's not burning. So this right here is going to be the onion that's going to go on top of the nachos. So we're going to get these mushrooms cut. I'm going to use probably like 6 of these organic cremini mushrooms, and these I got from Trader Joe's. These were from Sprouts. I have to use these up first. Okay, now I don't know if you can hear, but you can hear a little bit of a sizzle. Just let it cook for a little bit, and then we're going to put some water in and kind of mix it around, and the water will help it cook without the use of any additional oil. And these are extremely delicious if you haven't tried these already. They're the Beyond Meat beefy crumbles. I think before I said I was using Gardein, I lied. I'm using the Beyond Meat. This is very good. Gardein is also very good, so either one of these brands are awesome. Just be careful because some of them are not vegan. I know that the Boca crumbles are not vegan. There's egg in it, but this one as well as the Gardein are definitely vegan. Okay, it's time to add a little bit of water. Okay, so I was hoping that I had some avocados that were ripe, but unfortunately they're not quite there yet. So I want to make this a little bit more fancy. I'm thinking of doing like a nacho cheese. Okay, so I'm going to make a very quick nacho cheese. There's pieces of mushroom floating in there, sorry. But, so I have some baby carrots. I took like 4 baby carrots and I'm boiling that. And then I didn't want to use up, I only have these huge russet potatoes, so I didn't want to use that up. So instead, I'm going to also be boiling some hash browns. So I have a half a cup of hash browns and then like 4 baby carrots. I'm going to let that boil though. The carrots will cook faster than the hash browns. So, and then in the meantime, I'm going to cut up some tomato. I think I might do, let's see what's in my fridge. Probably do cut up some of these olives, also from Trader Joe's. These are great. And then that should be good, I think. All right, so nacho cheese, olives. Ooh. We're gonna make this a little healthier. I'm gonna also use some broccoli. Just a few florets cut very, very small. Okay, so pretty much we're going to go ahead and stick a knife in, and yeah, it's cooked. Okay, so we're going to put half a cup of hash browns in there. and let that come back up to a boil. It's only going to take like a minute for the hash browns to actually cook, and then we're going to pop that into a blender. Okay, so in here I have half of an heirloom tomato, about a quarter of a jalapeno, and then I put the onions that we cut up earlier in there. I'm going to also put some cilantro in here. I also put in half of a lime, and I'll put some salt in here. So it's kind of like a little pico de gallo that's going to go on top of everything. Okay, so this is back up to a boil, and like I said, the potatoes are going to take like a second to cook. So I'm going to go ahead and transfer this into my blender. Okay, so there we go. I got everything, most of it out and into this blender. Like I mentioned, I'm going to go ahead and put the broccoli, a couple of broccoli florets in here. You actually have to take some of this water, some of this liquid that's left over, and put some in there. I would say that's like a quarter of a cup. Maybe we might need some more. That should be good. So into this, I'm going to add some additional seasonings and some nutritional yeast. So I'm going to do about a tablespoon of nutritional yeast. I'm going to do some garlic powder. A little bit of paprika, and then I'm going to use some of my favorite seasoning salt, just a little bit. Alright, so this is what it looks like inside. So I'm going to go ahead and blend this and see how the consistency is, and see if we need to add a little more water or what else we need to add inside. I actually forgot that sometimes I like to add a little bit of salsa inside too. It'll give it really that nacho flavor. Oh, it's hard. Alright, we'll do like a tablespoon of the salsa. And this is my favorite salsa. It's from Trader Joe's. It's delicious. Taste the cheese sauce and see what you think. If you need to add something, go ahead and do that. Pretty good. I'm going to actually put a little bit more of the salsa inside. Okay, so I didn't say this before, but I pretty much just took this off of the heat because I was focusing on making the nachos, but this stuff cooks pretty fast. So after I have the mushrooms as well as the onions cooking in there, I'm going to put this in. I had like about half a bag left. So I'm going to go ahead and use that. And then to this, I didn't show, but I added some of that same seasoned salt. And then I added some red pepper flakes. We carefully, because these are pretty hot, we're going to take this and cut it up into small bite-sized pieces so we can kind of mask it inside of the nachos. Alright, there you have it. Vegan nachos. How delicious does this look? That is so good. the best part is with the broccoli, because it has so much other stuff going on, it makes it healthier and you can barely even taste it. It's seriously so good. I would definitely recommend adding broccoli and doing it pretty much just like how I did it here. Sometimes I make different variations. Like I said, I use whatever I have in my fridge. This time it was this. Delicious.